Hey guys, what's going on and welcome back to Tenerife, where we've got a Champions League semi-final for you today in this penultimate episode. No matter which way this pans out, I will see you in a moment. Two games played since we last met, which of course was the retention of a Copa del Rey, finally. We've got our back-to-back trophies in that now, so that's good. Vallecano and Espanyol both dealt with, both away from home. So it's actually 4 games away from home in a row because the Copa del Rey final is actually played at one of the two team stadiums, and once again, it wasn't ours. A goal either side of half-time against Vallecano, tighter game than it should have been. They got one back almost immediately, actually. The 3 first-half goals was the story of the Espanyol game. Second half, nothing happened really at all there. However, those 2 wins mean that along with 2 wins from Barcelona as well, the gap remains at 8 points in the league. That 8-point gap means that this match against Betis in between the Juventus games will not secure us the title unless Barcelona drop points and we don't also. We do have the head-to-head thanks to the fact that we lost 1-0 to them, but we beat them 3-1. So we have the head-to-head on goal difference. But the only way that we gain an extra point is if we draw and they lose, which is probably unlikely. But we're away from home in this first leg, as were Chelsea, I think, in the other semi-final. They lost, I believe, 2-0. Lukaku scoring for Inter Milan, somewhat awkwardly, against Chelsea in that one. Still there in this world. But our major news in terms of personnel is our Mr. Reliable, Riccardo Orsolini, is injured, which has caused a little bit of an issue in terms of rotation on that right-hand side. Because obviously, I'm trying to preserve my best players at this stage of the season for these matches. Good news is there's a fair few people who can fill in on that right-hand side. The bad news is those people who can fill in on that right-hand side are also first-teamers. Grealish and Faisal are the next 2 options. Maicon Douglas can do it, he just doesn't have a strong left foot, so inverted-wise, it's problematic. His last 5 also has finally gone off the boil, which is not a great time to do it, if we're completely honest. Merck's last 5, though, 7.82. Someone's performing, as is Bermudez, actually. That's the first time I've ever seen either of his ratings in a green. But that defensive line has been largely rested. We've been playing Matai, we've been playing Lopez when we can. Harwood, obviously, was jaded after the last one, so, and Picard was injured, I think. So we have been rotating that defensive line a little bit more, so we have got a fresh back 4 in theory. Midfield should be relatively fresh as well. Christensen will be in goal. Tenorio, Harwood, Picard, Bermudez, Valverde, Ravella, Faisal. Grealish and Merckx. Merckx was always the first one tied in a match anyway, so the fact he's at full conditioning now means nothing, really. And Maxi Gomez up front, 28 goals, 6.98 for the last 5. A lot of those average ratings are just shy of being good. But that Juventus team includes Hakimi, Tonali, Barrera, Haag, I think that's how you pronounce it, not sure, Haig, Dybala and Caio Jorge. I'm not sure if Haig plays for AC Milan in real life or not. I feel like I've seen that association, but I don't know if I've seen it in a fictional world. Because I don't think he's there this season, if he is. I think he's been loaned out. But if he is at AC Milan in the original season, then that means they've at least acquired 4 other players from other Italian teams. We couldn't really see their lineup properly there because it was black on black, but we'll see it fully again now. De Ligt still in the back line for them as well. Faisal plays it back to Valverde. Grealish now. That gets as far as Nuno Mendes, who of course is one of FM20's brighter prospects at left back, of which there aren't many, of course. Fullback, a major issue in FM21. I do wonder if they'll have a look at that in this year's engine. I don't want them to sort of take the FIFA approach of, well, that's Faisal scoring from outside the box. Blimey. I mean, he had the space to do it. Wasn't sure he's going to have the end product, but 14 goals for him now. That's actually as many as Merckx, I think. I've called him out for having off periods. I've not really called him out for having good periods. And Faisal, that's a good period. Anyway, yes. Obviously, FIFA 22, there's been a lot of talk about the upgraded centre-backs and all that jazz. Some of them hilariously so. Looking at you, Pepe. But, so I kind of don't want them to take that approach with Football Manager, because obviously the fullback situation in this year's game has been somewhat awkward. In fact, there's not that many quality ones. So I don't want them to artificially boost fullbacks across the board. They play Sambi Lokonga right back now. I saw they got an injury to Dodo. Is he Milnering at right back? He's Milnering at right back. He can't even play it. They generally have nobody on the bench who can play right back. They've got Kimi on the pitch, for Christ's sake. Just push him back a stage. Is that a new-gen goalkeeper, or is that just someone I don't know? He's wearing the number 13, so I wasn't 100% certain if he's their first choice or not. He does appear to be their first choice, 33 games in the league. He's quite good. Serbian from Partizan. I imagine they got a decent deal for him. 11 million. More than I was expecting, but still a decent deal for a goalkeeper that's clearly worthy of Juventus. Of course, we don't need goalkeepers, so I've not really been on the lookout for them for the past couple of years. Dear God, we're FMing them. It's not a quality game, all told, really. Their XG is 0.37, so it's not a total FMing, but we have had one shot, one goal. And Faisal also has a 100% tackle ratio. Faisal with the product in both attacking and defending, apparently. As they take off Tenerife as well at half-time, who also had an injury, seemingly. Do I praise them now? 1-0 away from home, even though they've not done anything other than score the goal. No, that made people sad. The lit has been booked. I don't know if anyone was on a yellow card warning for them. I forgot to check that beforehand. But Faisal on a free kick now. Andrejic, I'm going to go for. Andrejic with the good save. The resulting corner has been headed out to Merckx. I suspect this highlight will end as soon as he loses possession, i.e. there. It looks like they've also taken Jorge Haig off. I'll just say both ways. Both of them are probably wrong. Maxi Gomez not really got away from that defender, although still going with the ball. It's been dinked back across. Thankfully, the header clear only goes as far as Valverde. I was slightly worried he was about to be mugged off there, but Faisal with another attempt. All we're seeing is any shot involved by Faisal. He scored one, free kick saved, that one well over. But all three highlights have been to him. Right, so Merckx. Merckx kind of needs to play this in its entirety. Grealish I can bring off for Dukadin. Bermudez is on a 6.4. Ravella's on a 6.5. Fresh legs on the left. Interestingly, Ravella's not had a key pass in this game yet, and at 80 minutes in, that is supremely not normal. Still well clear of anyone on that list. Maxi Gomez is relatively fit at this point, but on a 6.4. Valverde's on a 6.5 and a tired, so McDonald's going to come on there. Thinking one of the fullbacks. We've got a throw in with Tenorio. McDonald gathers and gives it away. We'll go to one of their players. He is booked, and Caio Jorge will get on the end of this, which isn't great because Christensen was in no man's land, but Picard bails him out there. It's carnage is what it is. It's 1-1 though. Picard's been booked somehow. What? There must have been something in this highlight, but there must have been something prior to this highlight, which was advantage waived for Picard because Picard has been booked for some reason. Oh, that's forced my hand. Tenorio's injured. Michaelenko on. Trade swap, no fuss there. Thank God we still had a third substitution. I'm happy with a 1-1. I won't be happy with a 2-1. It's gone in, but you could tell from the camera that something was going to be wrong with it. Offside is what it's saying at the bottom. And Yevgeniev, great name, was offside, apparently. We're not going to see the replay of the offside because it's in the 95th minute. That's a weird bug, and I can't believe they never dealt with that. If there's like an offside incident towards the end of the game, they'll just play the end of game highlight first and then give you the replay. Michaelenko was about to take that throw in the wrong way around. McDonald, glad he sorted that one out. I'm sorry, but what did McDonald do? A great tackle by Harwood. Michaelenko. I know this is an end of game highlight, but I'm still worried by it. Barella, Harwood again in the way, and now we see the replay of the offside. Oh, just. It's hard to tell in the crowd, but he was just offside. Right, as I switch these back to what they should be on, I do notice one thing here, though. Their goalkeeper had gone 417 minutes without conceding, so the fact we scored at all is remarkable. But injury worries for their right back, injury worries for my left back, foot injury for Tenorio, knee injury for Dodo, and a foot injury for Tonali as well to boot. Pun not intended. I don't know whether to say. I'm going to tell them I'm happy. I'm going to improve the morale. It's 1-1 away from home at Juventus against a team that hadn't conceded in over 400 minutes. 3 to 4 weeks. Now, left back obviously isn't a huge problem in terms of getting an injury because we obviously have Michaelenko as a regular left back, and we also have Harwood and Matai who can fill in at left back. All right, so as always in these Champions League only episodes, I will play the game in between. I will show you the result, and that is as far as that will go. Oh, finally, I'm off a B. Blimey. Just caught off guard, that's been on a B the entire damn season, despite the fact we've been in first the entire damn season. Finally got to an A- thanks to probably the Copa del Rey. Okay, you need to see this because Ravella is obviously one of my favourite people. He's just done this. In the absence of Faisal, Ravella took that free kick. Maybe he should be on them anyway. So following that sensational free kick from Ravella, Kaiser got his first goal for the senior team. That's nice. 2-0, the final score. Really, probably should have been more. There were so many highlights in that game where someone got a crucial block in. Barcelona won, so we'll win it in the next match, probably. Yeah, jaded again, but he's got to play the next one. I would only play this game because Picard was back to being not fully fit again for some reason. So for this all-important home leg, there's been no further injuries. There's a couple that took him out of the previous game, but not this one, thankfully. Michaelenko comes in a left-back. Otherwise, it's exactly the same 11. Good team talk. There's obviously a couple of people come in on the bench as well due to those injuries, but same first 11 barring the left-back. Still can't see their names. But they have put Akimi at right back at the start of this match, so seemingly Dodo was actually injured for a significant period of time. Did I see Tonali's face there? So Tonali wasn't out for this match. That was only a minor injury. This highlight begins with Juventus, although we have got the ball off them relatively quickly. Maxi Gomez does head that down. Interesting header back to Ravella. That was a heck of a lengthy header there, but it worked in our favour. Retained the possession. Grealish switches the play to Merckx, who has an option on this right-hand side if he so desires. He's going to run inwards instead. Faisal, Ravella. Okay. I think I see what he was trying to do, but nobody else did. Being punted all the way back through. Merckx will get on the end of that header forward, though. It's Merckx's turn to... That was a worthless highlight. It was so worthless, I couldn't say the word worthless. Bermudez. Merckx. Back to Bermudez again. Picard. Gone back to the goalkeeper. I don't really know why. Harwood, Valverde, Michaelenko. I mean, it's sort of first-touch football. Maxi Gomez heads it straight back to Valverde. What a pointless interchange that was. Got to Merckx on this right-hand side. Faisal back out to Merckx, accidentally, I think, but Merckx, a good save from the goalkeeper. 21 minutes gone. Worth noting, of course, at this stage, all we need is a clean sheet and we're through. Faisal. Goal would make things a little bit more comfortable, I suppose, but Drake with another good save. Should say at this point, obviously I've been teasing a return of the Cyprus experiment, a repeat of the Cyprus experiment. Haven't got the database to work yet. So I'll be tinkering on that. Hopefully I can get it fixed by the time I need to record that video, and we'll have something on Wednesday. If not, there won't be something on Wednesday, and I'll see you again on Friday for the final episode of this series, which as it stands will be a Champions League final, but there's still a half and a little bit of football to go. Kimi, Barella, Levanto, Barella back to their goalkeeper. Back to Barella though. We moved out to the left. Can we tackle Nuno Mendes here? No, we cannot for inexplicable reasons. Kaya Hoy has been dispossessed though. Our Tenerife team can build an attack. Merckx. He's run inwards. It's gone in. Not fully certain why or how, but Faisal has another goal. That did the weird leg thing, I'm pretty certain there, but even the game was confused at that point. Didn't know how to celebrate. But Merckx has a shot here, right? Yeah. So cannons off. Faisal with the instincts of a... I don't know. I don't know what the metaphor is there. The instincts of a something. First time, launches it. All right, decent half-time team talk, and off we go again. Ravella with 4 key passes. Now see, that's the Ravella we know and love. Hasn't done anything of note in terms of assists or goals so far this game, but on a 7.0 thanks to his passing alone. Kaya Jorge's gathered this ball, and I don't like this already, although we have sort of had enough time to get back into some form of a positional normality. Merckx has got the head down from Bermudez, and now we can build an attack. Bermudez challenging the left-back, sort of. Bermudez has made it to Merckx, and Merckx 2-0. Faisal nicks on to 15 goals. Merckx is like, nah, you're not going ahead of me, mate. 15 goals for Merckx as well now. Because 15 at this point would be second highest goal scorer for the season. Horrific sliding tackle from De Ligt there, I think it would have been. If he'd caught Merckx there, that would have been an injury probably, but for De Ligt, I don't know if it's good news or bad news for De Ligt that he missed that, because obviously Merckx scored, but he also wasn't sent off. So, swings and roundabouts. Maxi Gomez might make it 3 here. He doesn't. Grealish is on a 6.3. Bizarre outlier in this particular match in terms of performance. That 0.5 of a rating, lower than basically everyone else. Maxi Gomez just tips down to a 6.7 as I say that to ruin that sentence, but that's fine. That's fine, game. Don't worry about it. Why does that always happen? Okay, 70 minutes gone. Grealish is down to a 6.2. Good God. Duke Din will come on as the only pure left-sided player on this bench. Saving Michael Douglas in case I need to bring someone on the right-hand side. Well, that's gone in, but I think it's gone in off Mayo, but it's effectively an own goal. Mayo doesn't really do anything here. Oh, he does actually. Sorry, I tell a lie. In real time, it looked like it sort of just hit him. It looked like he was basically just trying to hold off the defender and it just hit him and went in, but he did actually head the ball. Christensen with an absolute bizarre choice of save there. Okay, Valverde is tired. McDonald on. 9 minutes to go. There or thereabouts. Merckx puts the ball in, doesn't go to anyone. Mendes with the pinball bumper clearance. That's what I was trying to get to. Faisal through. 16 goals. Faisal versus Merckx is becoming a battle here. And Ravella gets an assist. That was Ravella's assist, so he's on the board for some goal contribution today. How many assists is Ravella on now? I know it's over 20. Lovely Faisal finish, though. That was Vardy-esque, that finish. Michaelenko booked, and realistically, we can't have him out of the next one. So Matai will come on at left back for the remaining 3 minutes, plus 4 minutes injury time. There was a throw-in highlight that never materialised. I didn't change anything, so I don't know what happened there. Bermudez with an assist, Ravella with an assist, Merckx with an assist, Merckx with a goal. Getting his goal contributions up, that's nice to see. We did well to stifle Juventus there. They didn't have too many shots. 3-1 on the day. We're in the final, which is what we wanted, obviously. I'm proud of this team, but the adventure is not over yet. We're playing the final in Luzhniki. Interesting. Well, in Moscow, but the Luzhniki Stadium. Yeah, Harwood could do with the rest, but that's fine. We've got league games in between now and then that we can rest him in. Faisal, the Egyptian wonder kid, move over Salah. He's actually decided to stay at Liverpool. He was going to leave at the end of the year, but he's decided to stay at Liverpool, I think, now. What a player. Tell you what, I hope FM22 keeps Al Ahly as a good feeder club because they had 3 good players. One wasn't quite good enough for the top end, but the right back they had was sensational. He's gone a long time ago now. They don't have everyone now. I mean, this guy's decent, 2 stars, but they don't have everyone now, really. Worth keeping an eye on, though, in the future. Oh, I suppose we should find out who our opponents are. That'll be happening on the Wednesday. Inter Milan had a 2-0 advantage. I forgot the games would be flipped over in the second week. All right, here we go. 2-0. 2-0 to overcome for Chelsea. It would be a repeat of Chelsea, of course. They were in our group. So they've got a tough ask. They got the 2 goals but lost on penalties. They'll be Inter Milan in the final. The 33-year-old Lukaku and a 32-year-old SMS. Most importantly, with 2 of our former players. Quiros, Inter Milan was his destination, as was Alex Cardos, who has developed into a pretty handy player. Still not sensational. I don't think he still would make our first team, which is some relief to me because I sold him a little while ago. But not that much money. He's worth more than that, I would say, but at the time, it was a good deal. Yeah, worth almost double that now. So I'll see you for that Champions League final. We should, in theory, wrap up the title fairly comfortably. We only need 1 point from the remaining 3 games. So unless we're in a bit of danger in that final game of not winning the title, we'll presume that's done and dusted now. But the good news is, of course, I can rest Harwood for these 3 games because they're against teams that are mid-table at best. 1 final Champions League final to go. Can we reclaim that title again against Inter Milan, against 2 of our former players? The narrative is strong for this one, and I appreciate the ever-loving heck out of that. So see you for the final episode of the series. Until then, ta-ra.